So one of the most powerful things you can do in production is to create boutique sounds. And you don't just have to download the latest samples. You can actually create them very quickly. So if you find a sound that you like, or you have a groove that you like, you can load up something like Ultrabeat, or if you have a different sampler or a drum player, just make sure you have a way to isolate particular drum sounds. So for instance, here's the snare. Now we'll go through the different ways we can affect the snare so it becomes boutique. That's the filter, and I can also adjust that. And there's many other settings here as well. All right, and another one, you can make rhythms on isolated sounds using tools like this. Another example. And then we have a way to gate the sound, which can play a role in how you shape the sound. So it gets a tighter snare. Wrong plugin. Here's the one. So we see we've gated the sound. Okay, in Space Designer that's built into Logic has convolution. And so you can drag and drop different kinds of samples into Space Designer, or you can load them here. And they have some examples like radios. So we instantly have like a doubling of the sound, and Space Designer, of course, has dozens of kinds of sounds, but we're basically looking for things that are kind of short and would simulate some kind of snare dub effect. So another one is a built-in plugin from Logic. So you can add effects individually, or you can change the way that the sound is performing in a fill. And then lastly, we have something that can just quickly do this all in one go, which is the M Transformer. So I added a little smear. So you could use something like this, modulate it, so it has a delay to the effect to create another kind of fill. Blend the snare back in so it sounds more uniform and realistic. And then of course you might have to boost the level. So there's quite a few ways. Of course there's thousands more to make boutique sounds of your instruments. So this applies to drum kits, which is a very important part of the production, obviously. But the same concept applies to many kinds of instruments. So you can do the same concept for all of your regular instruments as well, so that your guitar has a little bit of a different quality to it, or your synth has a little bit of a different quality to it. And so once you start mixing all this stuff, you're getting a more and more original sounding production. And so it sounds similar, but at the same time, they're customized sounds. So it has this boutique quality. So you can't mistake the sound unless somebody did the exact same thing in your production with somebody else's production. So there you go. Bye-bye.